ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Namaste my dear friends. This video is about the sayings of Ma Sarda Devi, the holy wife of Bhagwan Sri Ramakrishna Paramahansa. Ma Sarda Devi is said to be incarnation of Goddess Kali. Dear friends, please listen these sayings time and again, because these sayings give the gist of the teachings of Ma Sarda Devi. I start the video. Sri Ramakrishna left me behind to manifest the motherhood of God to the world. I cannot contain myself when one draws near me and calls me mother. Holy men are born on earth to show people the way to God. They teach differently. There are many paths leading to the same goal. Therefore, the teachings of all these saints are true. The aim of life is to realize God and remain immersed in contemplation of Him. God alone is real and everything else is false. One realizes God in proportion to the intensity of one's feelings for Him. He who is really eager to cross the ocean of the world will somehow break his bonds. No one can entangle him. The Master Sri Ramakrishna is the embodiment of all deities and of all mantras. Really and truly one can worship through him all gods and goddesses. The mind is no better than a wild elephant. It runs with the wind. Therefore, one should always discriminate and strive hard for the realization of God. Practice meditation, and by your mind will be so calm and fixed that you will find it hard to keep away from meditation. Whenever the mind goes after anything other than God, consider that as transient and surrender the mind at the sacred feet of the Lord. Always remember Sri Ramakrishna's saying that money is at the root of all the disasters you see in the world. Money can lure one's mind into other temptations. Beware. It is the mind alone that one feels pure or impure. A man first makes his own mind guilty and then sees another's fault. Can you injure anybody by enumerating his faults? You only injure yourself. To err is human, but how few know to lead an erring man. Do the Master's work and along with that practice spiritual discipline. Some amount of work keeps the mind free from idle thoughts. If one sits alone without any work, various thoughts may come into the mind. Everything no doubt happens by God's will. Yet man must work because God expresses His will through man's action. Do not relax your spiritual practices. The chief characteristics of the Master's sadhana was his renunciation. Has anyone ever seen such natural renunciation? Renunciation is his great ornament. How can the devotees really have any caste? Children are all equal. The master used to say that truthfulness alone is the austerity of the present age. One attains to God by holding to the truth. When a man sees defects in others, his own mind first gets polluted. What does he gain by finding faults in others? He only hurts himself by that. My child, if you want peace, then do not look into anybody's faults. Look into your own faults. Learn to make the world your own. No one is a stranger, my child. The whole world is your own. If you do not pray to God, what is that to Him? It is only your misfortune. Many are known to do great works under the stress of some strong emotion, but a man's true nature is known from the manner in which he does his insignificant daily task. Just as clouds are blown away by wind, so the thirst for material pleasure will be driven away by the utterance of the Lord's name. The injunctions of destiny are cancelled if one takes refuge in God. Destiny has to strike off with her own hand what she has decreed about such a person. One must not speak unpleasant truths unnecessarily. By indulging in rude words, one's nature becomes rude. One loses sensitivity without control over one's words. First offer to God whatever you eat. One must not eat unoffered food. As your food is, so will be your blood. An unmarried person is half free. Whether he prays to God or not, he will advance towards Him with rapid strides when he feels a little drawn towards Him. One must experience the effect of past action. None can escape it, but japa minimizes its intensity. If you love a human being, you will have to suffer for it. He is blessed indeed who can love God alone. There is no suffering in loving God. If you practice spiritual discipline for some time in a solitary place, you will find that your mind has become strong, and then you can live in any place or society without being in the least affected by it. One should not trifle with a thing, though it may be very insignificant. If you respect a thing, the thing also respects you. Even a broomstick should be treated with respect. One should perform even an insignificant work with respect. We should give everyone his due. What is not edible for a man, give to a cow. What is not edible for a cow, give to a dog. What is not edible for a dog, throw into a lake for fishes to eat, but never waste. Give up dry discussion. This hodgepodge of philosophy who has been able to know God by reasoning. In the fullness of spiritual realization, a person finds that the God who resides in his heart resides in the hearts of all, the oppressed, the persecuted, the lowly and untouchable. This realization makes one truly humble. One should desire of God, desirelessness. Desire is the obstacle to liberation. Those who have come here thinking of the Master will certainly see their chosen ideal. If this does not take place at any other time, it will at least come just before their death. Misery is truly a gift of God. I believe it is a symbol of His compassion. It is idle to expect that dangers and difficulties will not come. They are bound to come, but for a devotee, they will pass away from under the feet like water. There are many people who do not even think of God. If they do not call on Him, it is their misfortune. No doubt you must do your duties. This keeps your mind in good condition, but it is also necessary to practice japa, meditation and prayer. If my son wallows in the dust or mud, it is me who have to wipe all the dirt off his body and take him to my lap. Many think of God only after receiving blows from the world, but blessed indeed is he who can offer his mind like a fresh flower at the feet of Lord from his very childhood. One should practice renunciation in youth. Love is our forte. It is through love that the Master's family has taken shape. Do not be afraid. The Master is behind you, and I am too as your mother. Today the human body is, tomorrow it is not. Even the shortest span of life is beset with pain and misery. He who is able to renounce all for God's sake is a living God. I am the mother of the virtuous. I am the mother of the wicked. Whenever you are in distress, say to yourself, I have a mother. My son, if a thorn pricks your foot, it hurts me like a spear entering my heart. Know that service to your mother is your highest duty. But it is a different matter if she stands in the way of your spiritual progress. As long as man has desires, there is no end to his transmigration. It is desires that make him take one body after another. There will be rebirth for a man if he has even the desire to eat a piece of candy. Just surrender yourself to him. You will then feel his grace. As you smell the fragrance of a flower while handling it, or the smell of sandalwood while rubbing it against a stone, so you obtain spiritual awakening by constantly thinking of God. If you become desireless, you can realize Him right now. Only through work can one remove the bondage of work. Total detachment comes later. One should not be without work even for a moment. Work helps one to fend off idle thoughts. So I end this video here. My dear friends, please make your children, relatives, your friends to listen this video, because this video gives the gist of the teachings of Ma Sarda. These are holy teachings. You should listen and see these sayings time and again, because this way your interest towards spirituality will increase. Your mind will be inclined towards God, and this will help you to make your thoughts pure. This is the best way to be a spiritualist, because we spend our time just for earning money and material, but the basic aim of human life is just seek God and realize yourself and achieve liberation. That is the fourth and the most important purusharth. So thank you, my dear friends, for watching and listening this video. Please comment, share and like the video, and subscribe the channel. Please share these videos to your friends, because let us spread our Sanatana Dharma. Thank you, my dear friends. Namaskar. Namaste.